After being benched last week, Blake Bortles will start tomorrow against the Eagles. He hasn't been great since week 5. Last in the league in touchdown to interception ratio. And passer rating. Isn't that crazy? I know.
That's crazy, though.
Let's get back to the UK for a London game update presented by On Location Experiences. Kai. It's Kay and Kyle. Kai, that's your new nickname together. Reggie and Shrek, take it away.
Thank you so much, Colleen. You know, those are bad numbers. He is 3-0 here in London. So we got to talk about Blake Bortles. Peter, you're going to be on the sidelines tomorrow as part of the game broadcast that you can see on NFL Network. How do you think Blake Bortles responds to last week's benching?
I had a chance to speak with Bortles yesterday, Kay. We had our production meeting. We're going to save a lot of that for the broadcast as the league permits us to do. But I will say this. The Monday afternoon was wild for Bortles. They had a team meeting, the players-only meeting, where Calais Campbell led it. And Bortles spoke at the meeting, and they all got to voice their opinions. But at that point, he still didn't know if he was going to be the starting quarterback. Yeah. He then met with Doug Marrone and was told, you will be starting. In Blake Bortles' defense, and I know people don't want to defend Blake Bortles, they're down to their third left tackle. Their starting 2 running backs, Leonard Fournette and Corey Grant, are no longer on the team. And their wide receiver that they were hoping would be his guy, Marquise Lee, didn't get to play a snap this season. There are injuries across that offense, and everyone points to Bortles. Look at what Bortles is working with. A lot of these guys, no tight end on the roster who will be playing tomorrow was with them in August. So a lot is on Bortles' shoulders right now, but the team knows that. So they support Bortles. He is the starter, and they're saying just play free and play loose. But they know it's not all on Blake Bortles, despite what us in the media are saying.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to respond well. I think for any athlete in any sport, the biggest thing we have going for us is our confidence, right? So Blake Bortles was struggling before he was told that he was on a short leash, right? So I don't understand how telling him he's on a short leash is going to somehow make him play better, right? Because now he's going to be thinking about throwing that slant route. He might double clutch it, or he's going to think about, well, if I get sacked, is it 1 sack? Is it 2 sacks? Is it 1 turnover that's going to get me benched again? What is it? And I think when you have that in the back of your mind, and you're trying to play football, and you're trying to lead this team to a victory, they don't work together. And so I just wonder how this is going to play out. I don't think it's going to play out well, but I just don't get it. I don't get why that's the message from the coach.
Well, I think we've seen this before, though, with Bortles, because in the 3rd preseason game last year, he was benched.
Preseason?
We've seen it before. Benched for Henne, was struggling. It was almost like there was something about Henne potentially being able to win the job at some point. And what happens? They put Blake Bortles back in, and he lights it up against the Panthers. Yes, it was just a preseason game, but maybe he does need to have a little hunger, like Colleen was saying. Carson Wentz is playing that way. Maybe this will reinvigorate him. I think it will.
I think Blake Bortles is going to play great in this game because people are telling him he's not good. And that's when he plays great. And when people tell Blake Bortles that he's great, it's when he plays terrible. You have that family member who's like, they're a jerk, but they're our jerk. You know what I mean? That's what Blake Bortles does. And Jacksonville should just take that over. He's one of these really unique quarterbacks who's never going to be bad enough to cut ties with and is never going to be great enough not to have to worry about. I think he'll play great.
Love it. We cannot wait for this game tomorrow. Digging into it.
So much to say.
All show long. We got 3 hours to do.